Hello Stamper, welcome to French's video. I'm Franz Martin, independent demonstrator with Stamping Up. And today it's, I don't know what to call it. I got this card. We do a challenge with my team. And this was Kim's card. And when I get that, I'm like, ooh, what a different fold. And I loved it. So I said, I need to shoot a video before I have to send it the card to the winner. What we do is all that participate get enter in the drawing, and the winner get all the challenge cards sent to RM. So really, I don't know what to call it. So right now I'm going to call it the mini fold card, or I don't know, triangle fold, I guess, because it's a lot of triangle. So I'm going to call it the triangle fold. But if it's a special name, just shoot me an email, or I mean, right now I'm going to keep it the triangle fold. So what you want to do, and it finished 4 by 4. So I'm going to show you how to make an envelope for this too. But or you can put it in a regular envelope. It fit perfectly fine there. The thickness of it, I would assume that it take extra postage. So check with your post office before you just put one regular stamp. And another thing that I'm going to mention, when we're going to do the envelope for a 4 by 4 cards, anytime that it's a perfectly square, it will take extra shipping. Even if it would be just a flat, no extra layers, it's going to take extra shipping when it's perfectly square for post office. So what you're going to do is start with a piece of cardstock that measure 8 by 8. And you're going to score at 2 all around. So score 2 all 4 sides of your paper. I'm showing it to white, and I pre-start one on rich raspberry, but I think white going to show better, show you all how this work. So now I'm going to remove this, and keep your stylus handy, and you're going to need let me think. Yes, a ruler. So what you're going to do, you want to make a tiny little mark at 2 inch. I get a pen right here. So you can use a pencil, so then you can erase it. So you would make just a little dot all the center. So from this score to this score, measure that, and that measure 4 inch. So what you want to do is find the center that is 2. Maybe she done this differently, and this is what I came up with when I pulled that thing. I said, I'm going to figure out to make this, and that's how I figure. Maybe it's an easy way, maybe it's a harder way too, who knows. So after that, I marked all my 2. I'm going to take my paper piercer here, and with your paper piercer, you're going to use the stylus with the ruler again. I had my piercer. Well, let me grab this one here. And you're going to, what I find it easier, first I was doing 1 by 1. Well, if you take your ruler, put it on your mark there and on your mark there. That's going to do 2 sides at the same time. And for me, that was much easier than going here, then all 1 by 1. So really, you're doing 2 sides at the same time. So you score this. Be careful, I punch a little bit too hard there. And then again, you're going to, your mark to your mark. When you hit where it joined in the center, that's where you have to be very careful, because I dipped in there. So just score. So we're going to do all 4 sides of this. And then over here. After we've done the 4 sides, then we're going to do the 4 points. And the points here, that I have to do 1 by 1. From your score to your score, you're going to score that. And it's you could just fold it, but when you score it, in between like this, it makes so much easier to fold, and your paper gonna fall in place much easier. And I could have turned my paper around, but I try it both ways. It worked okay. Because one fold go one way and one fold gonna go the other way. But this way, you don't have to worry which side is which. Okay, so now this little four corner gonna go back. So fold this back, all back. Now, let me remove this. I just want to reinforce all. Here we go. Let's reinforce all this here. Okay, now you're going to take this here, reinforce those one now. So you see this fold in towards you, the other one was out. So really it was like under. So if you do all the reinforce, you're going to see it's going to fold much nicer. Did I do all my... This one I didn't reinforce, I think. It's going to make a difference when you reinforce. So this tip here, I'm going to go in this way. You see? And in, back, in, back. Oops, come back here. So the pointy in the center go in, and then the rest should come right together, folding the other direction. Et voila. So now what I done, when I was done, I turned this around here and really reinforce that. And voila. So let me show you again. So the center of your paper on your four, those points gonna come in, and in. And then all the other little one gonna fold out. This is it, my friend, how you're gonna fold this. So now for your designer series paper, we are using a Bloom and Bliss. Yeah, Bloom and Bliss that we're using. I don't know how to, let me show you, let me grab a paper here. So what you want to do is when you cut your paper, you need, for the long piece, these piece here, you need, I need to do this side here. Was that the one? No. Okay. You need 2 by 4, but 1 hair smaller than the measurement I'm giving you. So just a tiny little line above the 4. Well, let's do the 2. I won't waste that much paper. So just a little line above the 2. Cut this and just a little line. So really it would be 15, 16. So I bet for you it's easier. Some of them know the 16 though. It's easier to remember just a tiny line before the 4 or the 2. And now what I done, because it's, you know, we're talking about fraction here, I just pinch it like this. So now I got my center there. I put that right at the peak, my center right at the opening of the, where it cut. We're in the groove, in the track there, and over here the same thing. Put that down, cut, that's one piece, turn it around, and again the peak there with the peak. The second one, it's a lot easier because you see where the peak is. So both of the point and cut. So this is going to be, see, this is going to be over here. And the reason why you want a little tiny less than the measurement, it's because you have to give space for the score line. That is why. So we're going to glue those one in a minute. And then this here, I put it in the back. So the same piece do for both. You see? I put that in the back. Then for the 4 corners, what you're going to do, it's 2 by 2. Well, 2 minus a little line, right? So you're going to go 2 and just above it, so it's 1 and 15, 16, and just above the 2, so you get a perfectly square. That one, it's much easier. You're going to need 2 of them. So for me, I wanted different print, show different design, I guess, and then voila, you get this perfectly for your square. So if you want all the same print, absolutely, you can do all the same print, the front, the back, everything. Like Kim did all the same print. It looked lovely. It really did attract me, this card. I thought, oh, this is such a fun card. Now, to glue it, the best thing to glue it is going to be the tumble glue. And the reason why I say the tumble glue, it's because the tumble glue, you get time to move it. So the corners that we cut, the 2 by 2 or 1 and 1 15 16 by 1 15 16, that's your corner. And if you want, you can always reverse that and put another print there. You can always do that too, whatever you prefer. So that's for your corner. Now, let's finish the back of this one here. So, like I said, the tumble glue worked better because it gives you the time to move your paper around. Sometimes it's not just right. So you're going to take this. I like to leave this flat completely when I put my paper. And then see, I can move it a bit. While when it's snail, you don't have the chance to move it. And if it happened that it's a little bit too big, your paper, depends on your score, if you went right at the right line or whatever, you can always just snip it a little bit with your paper snip. Just want to make sure this go perfect. Here we go. Now let's do this corner. The 2 left over, that was from the same print. I just reverse it. So just make sure you put the glue on the side that you don't want to show. How do I know that, right? It seems I always put the glue on the wrong side when I work with tumble glue. And this is going to go in the corner. So I wanted different prints, see how it's going to look. I think it, you see the work a little bit more, all those distraction, but then sometimes it get too busy. So it's whatever that you prefer. Let me pull this here. Let me flip this. So you would do the same thing on all your 4 sides. Now what I done for my stamping, I used the Timeless Texture, this stamp set here. I used this flower and I used the dragonfly. And what I done, the dragonfly, I did both of them because I use white crafting. Well, white crafting, you have to let it dry before you start, folding it. If not, it would smear. So that's why I did those one. So I just used my crafting with the white for this. And then this paper, it's Rich Razzleberry, and I use Rich Razzleberry. And I just took this and stamped this right here. And then in the center, just to add a little bit, it don't show much, but I am a big fan of the Wink of Stella, and I just put a little bit of Wink of Stella. When you look at it, you don't really see it in the camera, and even, it just gives you a little goldish bling there. Now for the center, I'm going to use the stamp set, the tin of card, and I'm going to use a Happy Hello, and we're going to stamp that in the center, and then we're going to add the flowers. And the flowers, I'm using the botanical flower. I pre-cut them. So let's, that it doesn't matter what you're going to use. I'm just going to use snail to go faster. And I'm going to use that this way. It's no right and wrong one way or the other. It's perfectly fine, my friends. And then I'm going to use the Happy Hello. And now I still have place to be writing in. And you know what? I think we're gonna use the dragonfly right here. So then I get 3 dragonfly. So that is done. Now let's put our flower. The flower, I use the sweet sugar plum because it was part of, it's in the same color. I'm gonna use the glue dots. And you know what? I would take a rich raspberry and put in the center there. And then I got the tiny little one, and all that it's from the botanical garden. And I'm going to put that right here on my corners. And then if you want, you can add pearls. And I think it make it already thick, and we're going to do an envelope, so I will not do pearls, but instead of pearls, I think if you use, oops, let's come back here, the marker, and do a little center with the marker, that's going to be perfectly fine. Whoops. Here we go. So what I mean by the marker, let's use the rich raspberry marker. And if you take and just add, see, now that determines a lot more your flower. Here we go. Oops. So now you see it's all fold down. Nice. So then you can see the difference in different tone. And if you want, the flower that I put inside, if I would glue it right here, it would stay in the center. Let's see if I can remove this. Huh, that was lucky. So what I'm saying, see, I'm just thinking about that as I go. So if I put that this way, and my glue dot would be right at the tip here. You know what? Let's remove this glue dot. And in this case, what you're going to need to do is take your glue dot, close your card, put your glue dot right about there. See? Oops. Now you're going to take your flower, and only one petal going to hold that thing in place. So see, when you close your card, you get your flower in the center, and when you open it up, it go right there. That's cool. Okay, let's do our envelope. For the envelope, you need a piece of cardstock that measure for 4 by 4, 6 3/4 by 6 3/4. So your paper that you want, it's 6 3/4 by 6 3/4. And the side that you want your envelope to face out, put it down. So I want this to face when I mail. So what you're going to do, it's you get, this is the envelope maker, and I look at 4 by 4, that's the size of the card, so they allowed a little bit bigger, you know. So 6, 7, 8, oh, 6, 7, 8 by 6, 7, 8, and I think I went at 6 3/4. Let me double measure this here. I sure did. 7, 8, it's right there. Okay, we're gonna use another paper. And this time it's this one. So I'm gonna go at 6, 7, 8. It's right there at the just above the 7 there. 6, 7, 8 by 6, 7, 8. Okay. This one, I want this to be on the outside. And it's say right here, 4 by 4, 6, 7, 8 by 6, 7, 8 at 3.5. So the first score that you're going to do, you're going to bring that at 3.5. You're going to do your score, punch. Now, when you move it around, you don't measure anymore. This one, it's hard to see on the dark side. Let me make sure. Here we go. And then, So it's just the first one that you measure. I'm sorry I have to tilt this because with the camera right in the way and the dark paper, I don't see. So score, punch, or you can punch, score. It doesn't matter in the which way you do first. One or the other, as long as you do both. Here we go. Now, I'm going to show you a little trick because this card is very thick. So what you're going to do, it's fold. Fold and fold. Okay, before I decide to put my glue, well, really what you can do, it's on the 2 tab on the left and on the right. You can add your glue on it. Don't go right at the tip, just right there. And the same on this side. And now don't close it. You're going to take your card. Oh, make sure you add glue all. Okay, you're going to take your card and you're going to use a piece of cardstock that measures 4 by 4. And I know I got one someplace. Let me see where I put my piece of cardstock that measures 4 by 4. Well, let's get another one. I know it's here someplace, but okay, we're going to measure 4 by 4. And inside I went just a little bit smaller than 4. So I went like 3 and 7/8 by 3/7/8 or 3/15/16 by 3/15/16. Okay, we're going to close this, and to make sure it fit nice in the envelope, I put this on top so it's going to be easier for the mailing. If you don't mail it, if you send it you know, in a whatchamacallit, a gift that you go at a party and you're going to bring it as a gift, you know, a card, then you don't have to worry about putting that piece of paper. And then see, I just close it. And then when you're ready, you're just going to glue this. Now, people are going to say, how are you going to mail this writing that you don't see good? I use label, printing label. You know, I don't print them. I just put my plain label here with the address and my returning address. Remember, this size will need extra postage. And you open it up and slide it in, and voila. So then when they open it up, boom. Oops, this way. I got all little, what's that, glue on my hand there. So when you close it, if you take the 4 corners, go down, voila. And then if you put this, it would help to, even if you bring it at, you know, deliver it by hand, I say, it's going to help to slide it in your envelope, absolutely. If not, it's kind of tricky to slide in the envelope. So this is it, how to do, it's kind of an explosion card too, because it go whoof. So I'm going to call it, I think, triangle fold explosion, because really when you open it up, it's explosion. So thank you, Kim, for sending that in the team challenge. So now I can share with everybody. So till next time, my friend, happy stamping. And for all your Stampin' Up product, visit my blog at FrenchieStamps.com. I appreciate your business. Have a lovely day.